Welcome back to Sideline Shenanigans. It is mock draft season.
It's that time of year. Last week of July, finally. Get us to August, baby. I want that preseason starting up. God, just seeing the training camp, it's already getting us hyped up. It's like, okay, boys are in action, finally.
I know, I think Thursday or Saturday is the first day teams can start using full pads. So,
Happens fast, yeah.
let's go. It's not football without the
God,
pads.
that's always scary, though. Like, you start seeing those injuries before the season even starts. You're like, oh my God.
Oh
But,
yeah, I got an alert today that a Chiefs player tore their ACL. Turns out it was like an undrafted rookie we've had for several years.
I mean, now it's like one of the most, common times, just because everyone's hasn't been doing it for a minute.
Yeah, so those will start rolling in. We're here today to do a fantasy mock draft for you. We're doing a 12-team PPR mock, and we're just gonna fill out our starters, including defense and kicker.
Yeah. Hey, kicker matters.
Cole's gonna reach on Aubrey.
What's reaching at this point? 15 points a week? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's better than a flex, but we're gonna use Sleeper for our mock draft. I have my ESPN Fantasy Cup here. We're pretty much mainly ESPN people. We actually met all of them last year at an event we got to go to.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Stefania. Honestly, a huge loss for the fantasy
Yeah.
community.
When she
Huge loss.
speaks, I feel like she owns that room.
I've
Like,
always
it's
felt,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's some of the most interesting stuff. I feel like that's what I don't get on, like, the Ringer fantasy show. It's, like, inside injury info, which
And
matters
she's
so much in fantasy. Like, how often is it like, if I knew this guy wasn't going to get a touch, I wouldn't have started him? Like,
Yeah.
that's the kind of stuff you would get from her where it's like, oh, like, they're not feeling good, but it's not really
And
talked
she
about in the
has
media.
she has a medical background. I thought it was very a weird choice. I mean, I thought that she was at least a top 3 person on the show. Let's just, and I don't want to shit on
Oh, wow,
anybody.
okay.
I'm just saying,
Shots fired. Who's two?
I think Fields and Stefania are my top 2,
Yeah,
though
okay,
I
that's
understand that Mike Clay does all the numbers. So
Daniel
it's hard
Dopp
to know.
out of the top 3.
I like
Wow.
I like
love
Dan.
Daniel.
I just like the others. I like the others more.
That beard, though. Come on.
He
That
was
gives
very
him an extra
nice.
point. And
Well, we
very
met him in
nice, too.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of, I'll be honest, he's kind of a Chiefs hater. Like, he's a big Chiefs hater.
Come on. I mean, a lot to hate on right now.
No, he was hating when we were good. Like,
Uh,
okay, so I'm going to be drafting from the 9, and Cole's going to be drafting from the 3.
oh, let's go, baby.
So the reason I picked the 9 is because Cole says there's a clear top. I'm turning the sound off. There's a clear top 8, so I want to see what I have to deal with at the 9 spot. You ready to
I
go?
like that. I think I mean, we'll see. Because some of these picks are random. CPU can do anything, but
Yeah.
I guess to be fair, a real draft, anything can happen too.
And we'll pause if we want to. Pause if like a big topic comes up. So
Yeah, definitely. We'll touch on all the reasons why.
and we'll see. Let's react
12
to the.
reasons why.
Let's react to our first 2 picks. Yes, I'm sure.
All right.
Gibbs and Jamar Chase.
Oh, wow. I mean, this will not happen in your league, I don't think. If you're getting Bijan at 3, like, that is a...
I know some people who refuse to take a running back first. I know we're the opposite.
That's
But
crazy, yeah.
I also do think there's a world Jamar Chase could be the number 1 fantasy option this year. With Burrow healthy and a soft schedule. I like Chase a lot this year.
That is true. I kind of think Bijan should be 1.1. I guess getting him at 3 just feels like a nice little discount. So, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not going to talk
Don't
about it too much.
overthink.
That's a no-brainer, yeah. Bijan
Ooh.
over Puka.
McCaffrey going 4. Okay. Where am
Okay,
I-
yeah, that's my top 8 off the board.
That's your top 8?
Yeah, that's where I
Okay.
think the drop-off is.
I'm going to be honest. I don't love any of these running backs as a first
That's what I'm
pick.
saying, bro.
I'm going to be honest.
I mean, yeah, you like Jonathan Taylor over all of them? Or would you also not take Jonathan
So
Taylor there?
we talked about this. I think there's a big drop off between Gibbs and Robinson in the next 2 RBs, but I also think then there's a big drop off after the next 2 RBs. So I'm gonna do what I don't normally do, and I'm gonna look at wide receiver. I was just listening to a pod talking about how the Cowboys have one of the best fantasy playoff schedules. So I think between CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson is a toss up for me, but I'm always thinking long term, so I'm going with Lamb.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I don't love Justin Jefferson just because we haven't seen it yet, but
That's
Lamb
really,
scares me because Pickens is like there and happy, so I don't know.
that's really early for K9 to go, I feel like.
Yeah, that feels crazy.
That feels crazy. I'm gonna I like a lot of these wide receivers, but I feel like I gotta go running back with my second pick. Honestly, you see the star. I love Chase Brown. I've played with him in the past.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like I'm gonna go Hampton here just off of ceiling. I think Chase Brown is like a great option as your second RB, but I think he's getting a little expensive.
Totally. I would also go Hampton here. I think my one fear is like, are we getting tricked by the Chargers for like a seventh year in a row? And it's like the Chargers' best year ever is coming,
He's
and it's
gotten
just gonna be another
expensive.
like. He is. I mean, he's early, but I do think that's because like everyone expecting this line to be insane and the Chargers to be unbelievable.
I will say this mock is looking pretty similar to most mocks out there, ESPN and Sleeper. Those two tight ends usually go in the middle of the second round.
Totally, that makes sense to me. I'd take Bowers over McBride this year, but we'll see. Here is tough. I think Neighbors is way too early for me here.
Yeah.
Giants don't know if he's gonna be ready. They added like 60 guys to be in that wide receiver room, like just in case.
It would have been nice if Chase
think-
Brown made it back to you. That would have been a nice, solid pick.
Yeah, I do think here Saquon is a little undervalued. I think he had we kind of see these thing with running backs where it's like every other year sometimes, and last year I feel like he was underused. That offense was not clicking. Bad coordinator, and
Yeah.
like I still am in on Saquon. I mean, he's kind of a steal. He should be like a first rounder, I kind of think.
You got 10 seconds. You going Saquon?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going double RB, which is what I love to do.
I almost always go double RB.
Are
I
you
feel
going
like, in
Josh
this year's
Allen here?
mocks. Let me see. Am I going Josh Allen? Oh. Getting a call. Sorry. One sec.
Oh, you're chilling. We're just staring at all these players. 40
It's the
seconds.
league.
Let's see. Got
Joe Brady. God, yeah, I really don't like Josh Jacobs here. I just don't know. Like,
Do you like your boy AJ Brown?
I do. I kind of love Brown here. I do need a wide receiver.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I think this is rare for me, but I think I'm going to pass up Josh Allen and take A.J. Brown, who I think just might be a top 5 receiver, like,
ooh, those are
we'll
Jeez,
see.
I was hoping Rasheed would make it back to me. Rasheed as a wide receiver too is nice.
Yeah, I would like that too.
So Bucky Irving, I'm more interested in him in Dynasty than I am for redraft. I think Bucky's young. There's a lot of ceiling there. The Bucks feel like they're gonna have a weird year. Like already 2 contract issues.
Yeah.
Um.
I think I would know what I would do here.
Oh, okay. I honestly like the wide receivers here more than the running backs, but I
Yeah.
hate Hampton as my RB too. But I'm just gonna wait for one of these guys on the curve, and I think I'm gonna go T Higgins.
Yeah.
Just like
I think that's definitely the safest pick there. I would have gone... I think I like Javonte Williams a lot this year. I think he's one of those guys who was just like a stud last year. Nothing's changed.
I like him too, and I was hoping he would make it back to me, and he did.
Yeah.
People are low on him. That's a 4th round pick, Javonte Williams.
I know, they kind of forget he was just like Cowboys clear-cut RB1 last year. I had a lot of him last year, and it was really wonderful.
Lamar being the second QB off the board is pretty shocking. I don't think that's going to happen. And
God, this is a tough pick here.
what else? I think Scadaboo and Henderson both went a little early. That's going to be a split backfield in New England. And I'm low on Zay Flowers. I'm not loving a lot of these other fake teams' 4th round pick. Again, I don't think Lamar is the second QB off the board.
Yeah, this is tough for me here. Because I passed up Josh, I do almost want to go May, but I don't know. The receiver value is great. I kind of like
There's
all these guys.
Good wide receivers on the board.
I guess my gut is telling me Egbuka.
I we were talking about Dynasty. I really like him in Dynasty. Oh, one pick from May making it back to you.
I
That's
know.
brutal.
That's all right. That would be more a fan pick. Like I do think there's so many late round QBs that have amazing value.
Yeah.
Man, this is tough too. All right, I got both
Notice
RBs, both wide receivers, but
both of us starting out two running back, two wide receivers. Yeah, have not gone tight end or
yeah.
QB yet.
I mean, we're pros. That's what we
Yeah.
do. That's what we should. I do think waiting at both, unless you get Josh or like Brock. I think I'm waiting at both of those this year. Here, I think I'm gonna stack some running backs and just take Judkins.
Yeah, see,
I think Judkins is just so much better than Montgomery's value. I don't know.
Cardell Tate and Mike Evans going early. Okay, I was thinking about a Joe Burrow T Higgins stack, so I was hoping Burrow would make it back to me. The two teams after me still don't have QBs, so he probably won't make it back. But I kind of like Tootin here. I think that he's an RB1, and I don't want to miss out on an RB1 in the 5th round. Just such safe floor at your flex if you can get it.
That's very true. I like that pick.
And I like him more than the wide receivers. Yeah, there goes Burrow.
Yep.
Tucker Kraft has really risen up boards.
Yeah, that's interesting to me.
Oh,
I mean, he
Jalen...
does have some crazy games, but
Is Jalen Hurts a crazy value right now? I don't love these wide receivers. Wow.
that is nice. I mean, it's tough to know what to expect from Jalen Hurts this year, because like so much got blamed on the play caller and AJ Brown. Honestly, now both of those guys are gone. It's like, does he have kind of a resurrection? Potentially. Tush Push still around.
I like the idea of taking a single slot here, mostly because I'm really not crazy about any of these wide receivers at all. I think I'm going to go tight end, though, over QB. I think Jalen Hurts is a great value here, but I'm really high on Harold Fannin.
Yeah.
And have been feeling that way since I picked him up in waivers and won a championship.
Yep. All right, this is interesting. We had a conversation about this a bit ago. I think I like Kyle Pitts this year.
Yeah.
I think it's my first time ever truly, besides his like rookie year when it was like, can you get Pitts in the 6th round and be amazing and like him explode, best prospect we've ever seen. I just think his last 8 games last year were really good.
Yeah.
They got rid of Darnell Mooney and paid him a lot of money. He's only 25, which is when a lot of guys like break out and start to be their best selves at tight end. Like it is a position that takes time to learn and like get comfortable in the league, and I think expectations are just so high.
That was with Kirk, and Kirk's really good with tight ends.
Totally, but he was like dropping passes, and he was just kind of a wet noodle out there. Like, I don't know. I think he's kind of a vet. I'm gonna do it. DeAndre Swift scares me because I think Manungai is gonna be really good. So
I think if at the best, it's a.
And if I miss, I miss. In the 6th round, like I can go get some other guy as my tight end too, and a floor guy, and be fine.
Yeah, we're just drafting a single tight end right now, but in a typical draft.
Yeah, exactly. Pick someone off waivers, you'd be fine.
Wow, like Laporta's still on the board, which is crazy.
That is true. I would be torn between Laporta. Like if I waited on Pitts, Laporta would definitely be my next pick.
I like Fannin more than Laporta. Oh, sometimes it does this. Let me see if it goes. Like I like Laporta more than Pitts, but I like Fannin more than Laporta. Oh, yeah, you're back on the clock.
Fannin more than Laporta more than Pitts.
These wide receivers have been on the clock a while. I think most people are not high on them, making me feel glad I actually started with CD with how the wide receiver kind of dropped off.
That's fair. Here I'm torn. My thought process is I actually like Christian Watson a lot this year. I think his value is kind of crazy. They got rid of Green Bay, kind of cleared out some receivers there. And when he came back from his, I forget exactly what the injury was. It was lower leg. He was like amazing right out the gate at the end of the year again last year. And I could see him. He's still very young. I could see him being really good. But
yeah,
I kind of like this little
27.
Jadarian Price, Ramondre Stevenson. I just feel like they're so undervalued. But no, I'm gonna go with Christian Watson. I feel like Mondre is still the one in New England, and he's getting drafted as if he's the clear 2.
Oh, dang. I was hoping Dak would make it to me so I could do a CD Dak stack.
Mm.
I'm not loving the QB options right now. Um, let's see.
You're
I'm
not
gonna
loving
wait.
your boy Mahomes?
I'm planning on taking Mahomes in a lot of drafts, but he's going so late. He could be my second QB. I don't love taking him as my first QB just because, as a fan, I hope his rushing upside is not being used.
Totally.
I like Jadarian Price. I'm worried. I've got three running backs and two wide receivers,
I
but
don't think that's a problem.
yeah, there's one of these guys we can definitely pick up later. I think Jadarian Price, the upside's too hard to resist.
So you like Jadarian Price over Mondre there? That's
I
don't know,
do.
a rookie. I don't know. I think I would take Mondre over. I just think he'll score more points this year. But Price is like dynasty. I like Price a lot.
Oh wow, I think I drafted too many skill players. It's fine. I'll pick up defense on waivers. Yeah, I mean honestly with these QBs, I am gonna go Mahomes. It just feels like I like Mahomes better than the other QBs on the board.
Yeah,
So
I think that's probably wise.
yeah, we don't have to draft defense. We'll just do our kicker and our QB.
Yeah.
I do think Trevor Lawrence and Brock Purdy are always interesting. My problem with Purdy is injury, and I just don't trust it.
Totally. I know the options are like you can get insanely late. Which
Well,
like
Baker's on the board.
what if he like gets healthy and is like back to like MVP candidate? Egbuka takes off. I could see that honestly, but I also worry a little bit without Mike Evans. I think I will just take T-Law here.
Yeah.
If I was drafting a full bench though, like I would not be drafting a quarterback there. I think I would be filling
Same.
my bench, going quarterback, maybe Baker at 145.
If we were doing a full bench, I'd be trying to figure out who my wide receiver 3 is. So,
Yeah. And then yeah, time for kicker, eh?
who are you going with? You're scrolling down for Aubrey.
Are they not
So I don't
this is,
the
I
kick.
don't see Aubrey. Somebody
You
take
gotta just search him. I can set it for you also.
Who took Dan Bailey?
So this has been my problem with the sleeper mocks all off season is it feels like the kickers sorted alphabetically or by age. Like when you do a dynasty draft there, here, I'm gonna set it for you.
Yeah, I can't find it.
There you go. Just in the nick of time.
Phew.
So this would never happen.
Steal.
This would never happen if I was like the eighth person drafting a kicker. But if Cam Little's on the board, I'm taking Cam Little.
Yeah. Cam Little's a nice pick. I had so much of him last year. And it's just
Yeah.
so hype when the red zone pops on. Cam Little's 70-yard field goal! It's like, that'll get you off the couch if you got him on your team.
So looking at how this fell, I think you're right that the first. Actually, I think you're wrong. I don't love the first 8 picks. I like being very much towards the top or being very towards the back because after Gibbs, Bijan, and Chase, I don't know if there's anyone I super want for a while. There's anyone I'd be feeling great about drafting.
So with that, would you take like St. Brown over like Puka and JSN?
I would take. For me, it goes JSN, St. Brown, Puka. I'm getting JSN in our Dynasty League. I know how the 3 people in front of me are going to draft, and I'm going to get JSN at 4. And I feel really happy to have him at 4 in Dynasty. I don't know what my expectations for him for this season are, though. I think for this season, honestly, JSN and Amon-Ra are a bigger toss-up than people realize, based off of, a better play caller coming into the Lions, and the Seattle lost their play caller.
Totally. I agree. I think my thinking on the top 8 is I'm really happy. I think Jonathan Taylor is actually kind of, I guess you're still paying such a premium for him, so it's hard to say he's underrated, but I do just think he could be RB1 still so easily. Like right up there with Gibbs, especially if they start out like without Danny Dimes or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like they are gonna just be. I mean, you worry about his health, but you worry about that with every running back. But I would be really happy with Jonathan Taylor. I agree. I would like. I really am not that interested in taking Puka. I just.
Not.
Yeah, I want to see it again. I feel like after everything that went down and like.
I think
Is
I would
Stafford going to stay healthy all year? If that quarterback situation changes, all of a sudden it's like, oh man. And he always misses a few games, I feel like.
Yeah, I would take Chase, JSN, St. Brown, and Lamb all over Puka, and I think Lamb might be my wide receiver 3. I'm a little high on CD Lamb this year. I looked back, even with Pickens on the field, he out target shared him significantly. The only reason he was a disappointment was because of the injury. His target share was still really high.
Totally. I do just think Pickens is such a. They can both exist on that team and like both have a good week. That's what's nice. Like that is
Yeah.
so possible.
Like
They
the
can each
Bengals.
be over 20. Yeah, exactly. Like Chase and Higgins. But I do feel like there was just a lot of years where a lot of games last year where like that deep pass, unbelievable play was to like Pickens, like week after week, and it was like Pickens had 30, Lamb had like 18, and it was like okay, solid week from Lamb, but it was just like that should be my first rounder getting that every time, not this
Yeah.
like third rounder who like this other guy stole and is like making fun of me every week.
Well, I think Pickens, he's got those wow plays. He's got boom bust. But
Yeah.
CD's probably the most consistent volume besides like Jamar Chase or Amon Ra. Like just
Totally.
straight volume. And Amon Ra can be hit or miss because the Lions have so many mouths to feed. So if I'm not in the top 3, I think I'd want to be 8, 9, 10. I like that.
Interesting. See, I don't know. James Cook to me versus like those other 4 running backs, even McCaffrey, like just handcuff him and you're fine. I
Yeah,
think no matter what you're gonna have. I guess the Kyle Shanahan stuff is a little dicey. Like I don't. What if?
I
Yeah, I just don't know. Like what they look like as a team fully yet.
I do think running back value, it's better to be at the front. Like, I think ideally you have a top 3 pick this year because you can get
I
2
agree with
good
that.
running backs,
Or
um,
Chase, yeah.
or Chase, and then end up with 2 running back. Like, yeah, I
It's like
like
even that turn, like Olave going.
that's crazy.
Oh no, he's at the end of the second round, but still, that feels so early. But I
Yeah,
guess that's like, yeah, I don't know.
I think the running backs they do feel really scarce. Like looking at this, Genty and Love, that's pretty early in my opinion for Genty and Love.
I think it's not. I think Genty's gonna be good. Like I really like second year running backs a lot. I do just think all of a sudden, like they were rookies last year. Like it is hard to be a rookie in the league, and now like I feel like it's a similar thing the Patriots did. Like they spent so much money, they kept Crosby. Like they're gonna be on the field a lot. I feel like new quarterback. I mean, potentially 2 good quarterbacks. Like I don't know. I think Genty actually is like the guy we thought he was gonna be last year. This year,
I
Jeremiah Love. I think seeing him in training camp and stuff. I agree with you. Like I like him in Dynasty, but man, I don't know if he's gonna be amazing yet.
No, I would love to be around like the 3, 4, take a top running back, get best available on the second, like snag Rasheed Rice in
Yeah.
the third. I think that would be a nice layout. It is like so many of these running backs in the top 3 round. I don't know how. I'm trying to say that you need running backs early, but you also don't want to force value, and that feels like the dilemma of this offseason. Is maybe I should have gone with a higher end running back, but it did feel at the same time like I was forcing value.
I agree with that. I'm pro. I think it's. I'll even double down. I think it's very important this year to get running back, and like I would force it. Like, I don't love what Team 4 picked up, but like 3 running backs in a row, I am not afraid of this year. To be honest, I'll do it. I don't know. I like your running back situation. I do think Price is a gamble, but like Javonte and Hampton, like if those are your 2 starters, that feels pretty good to me.
Yeah, and it came down to me like, oh, who would I rather watch, C.D. Lamb or like James Cook? Like it's,
Yeah.
it's
I
like
mean, my two are probably the best in this draft. Bijan and Barkley. It's
yeah.
pretty nice.
Looking back, I almost wish I took Saquon instead of Hampton, and that might feel like a reach, but I think Saquon's fallen a lot.
I agree. Like, to be getting him, what pick is that? Second round, pick 10, like
Yeah.
22? That feels late. Like, he could easily be where Genty is or where K9 is. Like, he could have gone in the first round. I think it's...
K9 went early.
Sometimes it is funny how some guys get really strong recency biased, and some guys can live off of like a great year they had like 5 years ago and just like always kind of be up there. I feel like Barkley, it's like he wronged too many people who drafted him like second last year, because then he was just like that people are out on him in a major way this year. Like anybody who had him last year is not drafting him this year, even if it's like the third round. Basically, is the vibe I get.
Yeah,
Which makes
I
him
agree.
kind of a like, okay, he's kind of semi-free here. I don't
Yeah.
like him in Dynasty as much. I don't know.
I don't.
God, Dynasty is so hard. It's like, do I pick up McCaffrey as my fourth running back and just like win this year, or is that just a waste of a pick, and I'm gonna regret that so hard in 2 years?
Well, yeah, because it's like Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, and I definitely like
I think I
Bryce
do want one of those guys in Dynasty. Like, why
just as like
not?
an anchor.
Yeah, just to be like my second flex is like one of the best running backs in the league. Feels pretty nice.
I'm gonna criticize your Judkins pick because what I'm hearing from the Browns, besides the fact that he has had legal issues in the past, is that he's still recovering from that injury. Dylan Sampson is probably one of my most mocked players this offseason. I think he could be an RB1 you get late. So I'm not sure it is Judkins. And I love Sampson's pass catching upside.
That's fair. I think Judkins came on and there was a lot of question marks around everything, and he was like RB1 immediately. I remember there was that one game Sampson had. I like told my dad to pick him up in every league.
Yeah,
I picked him
had
up,
him.
and then he was like nothing the rest of the way. I think Sampson was a little overhyped. I think Judkins is their guy, to be honest.
He
But
might be.
if he
Like,
has an
it's-
injury, yeah. Well, I didn't love that pick, but I'm such an RB guy this year. Like, I had to go there. I think who'd I take him over?
Montgomery, which I was going to say is I'm high on Montgomery this year.
Interesting.
So he's number one on the Texans depth
What
chart.
about Woody Marks though? Yeah, okay.
So Montgomery's listed as number one. I was going through because there's a few teams like Commanders. Krosky Merritt is still listed as number one on the depth chart.
Interesting. He's not
I
even
go-
on here, is he?
Yeah, and I mean he didn't make like this is just
He's
a 9
going late. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going late. In Dynasty, he's not going super late. Montgomery, Krosky Merritt being listed as number one, I wouldn't be surprised if that shifted by the start of the season. But Montgomery was brought in and listed as one. I feel like if you're the guy who's brought in and you're instantly listed as one, they have a role for you.
I guess how old is Montgomery? Can you click on him?
Let's
Does it
see.
have that?
29.
Okay, yeah, I stand by my choice. I mean, I'll take the 22-year-old running back. I feel like Montgomery for a while has felt like a 2. You go to a new team. Yeah, he might have 12 touchdowns. Totally, that's possible.
Montgomery's exactly what I want out of my third RB. Like, kind of what I'd be hoping.
That's true. Great floor play. I
Yeah,
guess you're
great
right. Like
floor.
probably, but he's almost giving. And now that it's 29, you don't know. But like, man, he might score a touchdown a game, and like every week, Red Zone will go to you, be like, yeah, there's my Monty touchdown. But then you're like, oh, he ended with like 10.5 points or something. Like I can
When
see
I
that.
had him, he always gave me like 12 to 15, which is exactly what you need from a flex and a 12 man, in my opinion. I'd
Sure.
rather have that than like a boom bust. What are you feeling about tight ends and quarterbacks looking at this?
Yeah, I think I think you said it during the draft. You're like, ooh, I'm not loving the quarterback sitch.
Lamar is not my QB2. He might be like my QB5, honestly.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm torn. I'm so torn on Lamar because I have no idea what to expect out of the Ravens. Feel like they're a new team. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
without Harbaugh, it really feels like a new era, and I could see it going either way. I agree. I'm not gonna take Lamar though. I will own 0 Lamar Jackson this year. just because of his value. But I'll also maybe own 0 Drake May. Like, I just think, unless you're Josh Allen, and I've proved it for the last 7 years that you're in a row that you're the best quarterback, like, I don't know. There's like 13 mobile quarterbacks in the league now, and like, it's just I want one of them, but I don't really want to spend. I'd rather have 4 running backs in a row, and then get a Baker Mayfield or somebody so late that's just fine.
Yeah, I think the Pats will be good this year, but I still don't feel comfortable with Drake at his current price. Though this is a little later than I've seen him go in other mocks. Lamar is not my QB2. I would
be actually. If I can get Drake in the 5th, like if he had to fall into me 100%, I'm taking Drake as my 5th player.
Well, that's sort of.
But I have not seen that very much. And I'm in a lot of leagues with Patriots fans, so like that is not happening. I'm thinking Drake's more of a third round pick.
Well, you know how it happens. Someone takes Josh, then someone
like panics.
Yeah. If Jaden Daniels had made it to me, he was a pick before me, I might have considered it. Jaden in the 6th round, it's a gamble because of his health, but he can just give you like garbage points. It's just like running around, like seriously.
Again, I just worry about his health, but your 6th guy, it's like that's good risk reward there. Same with Dart. How are you feeling? You've been the Dart person in the past.
Not anymore.
Yeah, you're off of him, eh?
Here's my thing. I don't really care who the players vote for. I just don't want to know about it, and I don't want you to like go out there and be like having lunch with JD Vance and introducing Trump. Like, it just feels like you're getting messy for no reason. Like, I don't like it. And then of course there's the locker room stuff with Abdul Carter.
Oh yeah.
And
wow,
they said,
I almost forgot about that story.
Yeah, so I feel like Dart is just a little immature. He's just like I like him. I think he's a good player. I just can't root for him this year, so I don't want to own any Dart stock.
Also, the John Harbaugh video. Ooh.
Yeah, a little.
Or no, that was John Harbaugh.
Yeah. New York
Giants. Everyone is like.
I like the Cowboys a lot in that division this year, and the Cowboys, the Bengals, and the Lions are teams I'm trying to get pieces of. Just like even when they're bad, their offense can produce points.
Yeah, that's fair. Dak, I don't think I'll own any Dak this year. I don't know.
I actually like Dak as a late round flyer in Dynasty because of the floor he can give you. For the temporary.
That's true. Dynasty, I don't know. When you do a Dynasty mock, quarterbacks will sit on the board for like
a while.
So long. I think because we're in an 8-man, so like but they'll just like keep going. It feels like quarterback is free in Dynasty. That's why I can't stomach taking May at like 10, as much as I would want to.
I think Herbert's going too high. I would take Caleb before Herbert. I would take Dak.
You have a Herbert MVP. If he's MVP, he's probably QB1.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know. I think Herbert scores more fantasy points than Caleb Williams this year. If I'm starting a team, I'm taking Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Caleb
Joe
can
Burrow,
run, but he
too.
scrambles a lot and then throws. Yeah.
I like Burrow. I guess I kind of have to like Herbert if I'm high on him. I just think that I think people are dying to give him an MVP. I think he could be like, as long as he's winning and throwing touchdowns. What will be hard is he has to win the division, probably. I mean,
that's true. What's interesting is in Dynasty, Herbert goes, I think, before Williams, which that is a little crazy to me.
Caleb Williams goes way too late in Dynasty drafts. That will not happen in our league.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, he's going to get picked up early. You were told he's going to take him in like...
No, I think Nate's going to take him.
Oh, yeah, and Nate. Oh, yeah, he's gone. Forget about him.
Looking at tight end, this is my dilemma with Dynasty right now, and in general. I think in a redraft, I'm not taking tight end early, but I think Colston Loveland, he could be in the same tier as Brock and Trey, and he's going like 40 picks later.
I think...
20 picks.
I give Colston Loveland what a lot of people are giving May, which is like, I gotta see it more. He was irrelevant through the first 2 months of last year. And like, yeah, he came onto the scene, but like, we've seen a good half of a season from him, and that's it. Like, I would never draft him that early. I don't think I'll own any Loveland, just because I think he's way overvalued for the amount we've seen from him. Like, we saw it with, like, Laporta went, like, top 30 and then was really not nearly as effective his second season.
Laporta is great value right now.
Yeah, Laporta is now, but I bought into Laporta after his rookie year, and
Yeah.
you paid a bad price, like really bad. I think Loveland I would take with like my 6th or 7th pick would be the earliest, but he's never going to make it there. Same with Warren. I think I want to see it more from Warren before I'm drafting him that early. Like I honestly am more. I would rather have Pitts, Kincaid, or Laporta. Maybe even Fannin and those guys, just because
Yeah.
I feel like I know their floor a lot more, and you can get them so much cheaper.
I'm definitely thinking about using my third pick on him in Dynasty. I mean, overall.
Dynasty, I think, is different.
Yeah.
Like if in like you might have
It's-
a decade of just amazing tight end play.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
But I don't think in a redraft. I think in redrafts, I'm definitely looking at that like Fannin, Laporta tier. I think some of the best value on the board. What are some names that are sticking out to you? Laporta seems good value to me. Honestly, Jalen Waddle, Tootin.
Yeah, you like Tootin a lot. I don't know. I'm a little scared of. I'm not sure he's going to be RB1.
Chris
yet.
Rodriguez is probably going to be a factor.
Yeah, I do like him too. I mean, yeah, that's your 5th player.
I think he's a perfect
Yeah.
RB3. Sit on the bench, then come out when he starts coming out. I mean,
Totally.
the way I look at Tootin, what's his face drafted him? The new coach. He's one of his guys.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
are-
totally. That's fair.
who
I
are-
mean, I think Mondre, I talked about it a little bit. I think
Yeah.
that's insane value. Like, he is our one still. I do think Henderson has more of a role, but he butted heads a bit with Mike Vrabel in the offseason. Like, he had some negative media. Like, I don't think they're just going to hand Henderson the keys to the running back position. I think it's at least going to be, like, Mondre's the starter. So, like, you're going to get solid volume from him. And I still, like, you could get him as your 7th or 8th guy. I think in ESPN, he's, like, around 90th. Like,
Yeah. Vrabel values blocking too much for Henderson to be the starter. He's
Yeah, that's
not a
probably
good
true.
pass blocker or even just like supporting screen passes or anything like that.
yeah. He's good at, he's actually not bad. That was one of his things they liked about him coming out of college was his pass protection ability, like out of the backfield.
It just
But yeah,
hasn't
blocking for
translated.
plays is a little different. Yeah,
What?
Um,
Who are your guys that feel like a reach?
that's a good question. There's like a lot of these classic names. I talked about it before, but this 3rd round, and one of the reasons I'm so pro, honestly, yeah, look at the 3rd row. Every single running back on that row, I think, is a reach. That's why I like my first 2 picks probably in every league are going to be RBs. I think
Yeah.
this year.
I like Rasheed, T, Ladd, AJ, Nico more than any of the running backs.
Exactly.
on
Like
that
you could
tier.
get neighbors, like all those receivers. I would take over all of those running backs. I
Well,
think.
I heard something last year. I don't know if this is a real stat. That 3rd round wide receivers is like the least. I mean, 3rd round running backs like the least successful fantasy position.
Interesting. Yeah, based on this, I'd buy it. I love row 4 running backs. Honestly, like I guess Henderson, I
I'm
probably won't
high
be
on
drafting
Javonte.
Henderson, but Scattaboo and Javonte, I think it's like, oh, those are 2 RB1s.
I
Just
even
sitting
like
there.
Montgomery and Tootin, and I think RJ Harvey went high. Looking at the 6th row.
Yeah, and Swift, honestly, like I'm kind of a Monungai guy.
Oh, same.
Who he's not even on this list, so like there's some value for you. But yeah, I think running back, it just gets so much harder to be like, that's a running back I'm starting after like the first 2 rounds.
And I'm excited to start them.
Yeah, and like I feel great about it. So they're valuable, but also, I mean, receiver, sometimes you shoot yourself in the foot going just targeting RB so heavy, and then you see someone who's got like St. Brown and Rice, and you're like, oh shit, like they just score 30 points a week and it's free and they stay
But
healthy.
yeah,
and
St. Brown and Rice, and
Team
also
8 looking nice.
I thought about Achan, and I keep going back and forth about Achan. I would be shocked if I didn't end draft season with some Achan.
Yeah.
I probably would have hoped Javante got to me if I was teammate. And if you started St. Brown, Achan, Rice, and Javante, that's a nice 4 that you've got to start.
And then you maybe have Mike Evans as wide
Or
receiver
2.
1 in San Fran. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So
Yeah.
Cole and I are in a 12-man redraft where we actually draw numbers to pick our draft spot.
Oh yeah.
If you draw number 1, what spot are you picking?
Hmm. Well, probably 2.
Same. I would pick 2.
Yeah, it's kind of easy. I mean, I like 3 is nice too, because like odds are high. Somebody is like a chase person or something, or just a receiver person and
Yeah, it
takes
depends.
chase or puka, and you like get one of those guys, and I'd be fine. Like, especially dynasty, I really am fine if I get chase at 3. But I do think maybe I want Gibbs or Bijan. Like, just the value there. It just feels so good. 1, 2. 1, I just almost don't want to pick, because God forbid you make the wrong choice. So it's like, it almost feels like it's easier to curse yourself drafting 1 than 2. But I'd probably, it seems like Gibbs,
I won last year.
everyone wants Gibbs, but I don't know.
I want Bijan, and I won last year from the 2 spot.
Yeah.
And I took Bijan over Saquon.
I was the 1 seed from the 2 pick, but
Oh yeah,
choked in the playoffs. Yeah. Hometown league. But yeah, I don't know. I think that top 3 is really nice. I'm not interested as much in 4, except then you get your pick out of those guys. Like, I really don't want to. I'll be disappointed if like my best player is CD Lamb, I think, or like I probably wouldn't pick CD, but like I wouldn't pick Cook, I wouldn't pick Walker.
CD feels like the best pick there.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, so I really am a top 8 guy. I like Brown. I like Taylor. JSN, I'd be fine with Puka, but I'd rather Puka at like 8.
I'm trying to get Cowboys, but I think I'd much prefer Javonte than a CD Lamb. Though
What about Pickens?
No.
Really? You're not a Pickens? I owned a lot of Pickens and like got him, God, I thought it was on Do Not Disturb. Did that go through? And I got a lot of Pickens last year late, and it was amazing. I was the guy making fun of all the CD owners on like, it felt like a weekly basis. Pickens was like just outscoring Lamb.
What do you think the ETN or HN, however he says it, in New Orleans listed as the RB1 over what's his face? Oh my God,
Alvin
Kamara. Yeah, he's listed as 1.
I think he's too pricey. I don't know.
I mean,
Saints, I don't know.
I like him more than Bucky Irving.
Me too. That's fair. Yeah, I like him more than Bucky. Actually, probably like him more than Breece Hall.
Yeah, and I like him more than Josh Jacobs. I'm low on the Packers this year.
Yeah, that whole row is awful, truly.
Kyron's really hard. It feels really high for a running back who never gets
Blake
goal line
Corum year
carries.
2, right? Like,
Year 3.
I do think. Oh, is it year 3 even? Okay. I do think, yeah, like, rookies come in, they get hyped up, we kind of forget about them, and then as they start to, like, become vets is when they actually take over. So, like, I could see Blake Corum becoming more of a role.
The Rams RBs are not going to get the type of goal line looks I like with.
How old is Kyron? 28? 27?
25.
Oh, he's younger than I thought. God, okay, that's interesting. Maybe Kyron's fine there.
2 years ago, he had a really good year. Again, it's just there's not enough goal line looks for me to like love drafting him.
Yeah. I think of him as an older guy that's like, is he gonna keep doing it? But I guess he's 25. Like, that's pretty nice. How old's Bijan and Gibbs? Bijan's 24 or 25?
Bijan's 24. Gibbs is 24.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow. So he's right there with him.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kyron might be a good value. I just want to see what McVay just calls so many passes in the red zone.
Yeah. Totally.
Any final thoughts as we finished up our mock?
I mean, I do think I'm torn the most at quarterback and tight end. I have my strategy of like RB forward. Really just kind of like I want to be the first team to take 5 running backs. That's one rule I honestly created last year for myself because I did that and fucking dominated in like 2 of my leagues I did that in. So that's the goal. Like be the deepest in the league at RB and like guys go down. You're either going to get trade offers flying in. You might be able to trade away a shitty guy for a great receiver. Like
I did that last year.
That's what I'm referencing, yeah.
No, I thought you were talking about... No, okay.
I gave you Chuba.
I also flipped ETN for George Kittle, and George Kittle came back and gave me 25 points a game.
Okay,
So,
that's true.
um, my
Yeah, it
question-
can. Yeah, it went both ways for you last year. Yeah.
yeah, I had some bad trades last year, but you know what? I won a championship. I podiumed in another league, and then I was dog shit in another league.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I took advantage of you in that.
You
league.
did.
Yeah. You posed it to me though.
I did.
I gave you 0 counter. I just said yes.
My question for you is, how do you do an RB forward strategy at the back of the draft? If you're past pick 6 even.
I'm fine with, like, I was thinking even at, that's a little different, but my second pick I'm targeting Hampton.
Genty, Saquon.
Yeah. If you have to go Jeremiah Love, that's maybe he falls a little bit. That's fine.
So
But
you go
I would be fine with even at the turn, like Genty and Achane. Like that to me, okay, yeah, you're set. You don't need any more, like, those are your 2 guys, and they're young, and
So you're going to skip out on that tier 1 a wide receiver.
I think I am. I think tier 1 got
It feels
worse.
so good when you have a
Really?
wide receiver who puts up 40.
Yep.
I remember
Yeah.
we
There's
were at
just,
a,
I feel like every year, week 6, it's like, oh my god, which wide receiver that scored 30 last week am I targeting with my waiver money? It's like so
Yeah.
many guys I feel like at wide receiver come onto the scene and like they have these new connections with the quarterback. No one knows their names. They drop 30 and then it's like, I feel like that rarely happens, or it happens like twice a year with like a running back you can start. That's why
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'd rather have the running backs and try to win waivers at wide receiver. Yeah, that's just how
For
I feel.
me, I want to go RB. If I'm at the back of the draft, I think just value-wise, I'm going to have trouble not taking one of those top-tier wide receivers that's
Yeah.
still on the board with my first pick. We're basically, I'm looking at it as I'm either getting a wide receiver 1 or an RB2, in my opinion. So do I take that more of that
That's, yeah.
high wide receiver and then try and attack RB?
See, I think I would want Hampton over CD or Jefferson. That's why it's like I'm
No,
not.
I disagree.
I'm not interested in that tier really. I just think there's too much value at running back still on the board.
I almost didn't click the Hampton button. I almost went Achane because I do think Hampton is getting a little pricey. I think
Yeah.
people are really high on him. Every fantasy pod is talking about him. Mike McDaniel's been talking about him. The price is going up a lot, whereas
Totally.
it was earlier in the summer.
Totally. Yeah, I think that's fair. I just think I have questions. Like, if I draft CD and, like, George Pickens scores more points, like, oh, I'm going to be so mad at myself. And if, like, the Vikings suck again with JJ and Kyler, I'm going to be like, what was I thinking?
Which
Like,
is
with
a
this
high
high of a
likelihood.
pick, taking Jefferson. Like, he was so disappointing last year. Yeah, I'm not, like, those feel like big risks, whereas just taking another solid RB, at least I have that position filled and can, like, find wide receiver elsewhere. But it's not like, you are right. The guy who gets, or the girl who gets the 2 40-point receivers, that, like, that's the team that's going to score, like, 200 points in a week or something. Absolutely. Like, ceiling is higher for the best wide receivers in the league, I think. But
Yeah. My question
fantasy's
is,
a long season.
who's the Puka of this year? Puka went in the second round last year as like a whatever pick, kind of. Like, to me, who is the wide receiver that's going in the second round that could possibly have a breakout like that?
A breakout is tough. I think...
I guess, I mean, I don't see, for me,
yeah.
yeah, I don't see any of them.
I mean, you can go Tate or Tyson. Like, there's a chance one of those guys is a wide receiver 1. They feel like the clear targets on their team now. I guess Tyson's tough. There's still Olave around, but... And Tate is tough because it's the Titans. But, I mean, second round or third round, like, I think the best receiver on the board is A.J. Brown. I almost think A.J. Brown is safer than, like, Justin Jefferson this year in terms of just, like, floor. But...
I like Rasheed and Ladd and Nico in that range as well.
Yeah. A lot of people think Winston Johnston is, like, the one there. So, like, Ladd to me, you might be drafting, like, a wide receiver 2 on the team. But you'd be drafting him as your wide receiver 2. So,
What's
yeah.
tough about that is I don't think Quentin Johnson can be a volume guy. And I don't
Yeah.
think Ladd can be a deep threat consistently.
Yeah.
So I feel like the way I look at wide receiver one is volume, and I think Ladd has one of the highest volume upsides in the league, along with Rashee Rice, AJ Brown,
That's true.
Nico Collins. Like these are guys that just like, they're who else do you
Eat
throw
targets.
to?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a fair take. I kind of feel like that about AJ Brown. Like, man, we're gonna be peppering balls.
No,
to
but that's
AJ
what I
Brown.
just said. I said
Yeah.
him too. He's
Exactly.
In that.
And you can get him like 29, 30. I think the like chance that you draft a guy late that's like a top 3 wide receiver, I think it is
Slim.
Egbuka in like the 5th or 6th round.
I think
potentially.
Devontae Smith as well.
That's true. I think Devontae Smith is way undervalued. Egbuka
Yeah.
and Smith are probably the best 2 highest potential ceiling later than like 3rd or 4th round picks.
Oh my God, someone's
Popular
blowing you.
today.
Well,
Do not disturb not working either.
well, we'll wrap up by how many leagues are you in this year?
5 this year, all-time high. That's it. No
So
more.
I'm in 4, but apparently Grace's sister wants to start a family league team on their side of the family. So I might be in 5, but that one would be like I show up to the draft and just set and forget kind of vibe.
Yeah.
4, so definitely 3 redrafts and 1 dynasty.
Yeah. Yeah, I got
And-
4 redraft, 1 dynasty,
3 of those were together.
2 10-man, 2 12-mans, and an 8-man. I gotta listen to all the pods,
I-
grab all the info.
I've
At
got-
least they're all PPR. Thank the
I've
Lord.
got 3 12-mans, an 8-man, and then potentially a 10-man coming. But we're in 3 leagues together. We have our board bet about Chiefs versus Pats. Who's gonna have the better record across both our leagues? Like who's gonna be better in 2 versus
Yeah.
1? You know what I mean?
Totally.
I think it's me. I feel like I'm gonna
Yeah.
draft for the now in Dynasty.
Oh, that's good to know. That's really good to know. You let that slip. I don't know what I'm doing yet.
I also think
So you are targeting McCaffrey and Saquon. There's a
No.
chance. That's what's crazy about like dynasties. You could have like year 1, your team could
it could be nasty.
insane. And it's I almost want to do it and be like, I'll figure out the rest later. Like
Yeah, that's I'm gonna be the Rams.
exactly. Fuck them picks.
I'm gonna go back to back in our New York Friends League. I'm calling it now.
Okay,
Back to back.
I believe it.
Yeah. And then who knows in couples.
Yeah, I might go back to back there. That's an easy league. Easy.
Okay, not for me. Anyway, happy mock draft season. We'll be coming at
Yeah.
you with more fantasy content, and we'll keep you updated on our dynasty draft.
Yeah, that is just a few days away.
6 days away.
All right, less than a week. So stay tuned.
Here we go. Peace. Have a good one.
Later.